We are now at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and Johan Tio from Netherlands asked me to show him the way from the church to the new gate, and that is a beautiful request, and we are blessing his cross today, Johan. And this is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. In the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, you can see that there are only one exit and entrance. You cannot make a mistake. And then there are two, at the plaza there are two options. That one, which is the eastern option, but that won't take you to the new gate. And there's another one with the stairs. Remember the stairs that will lead you to the new gate and to Jaffa Gate. We already blessed the cross inside the church, a place that Jesus was crucified, died, buried, and of course resurrected. And we are living that beautiful 4th century, 14th century, 12th century, 11th century, 18th century church. It's been destroyed so many times and rebuilt so many times as well. Then I'm sure that if you're watching my YouTube channel, you know that I really love that church. And some of you told me, all right, but there's another option through the Garden Tomb, and that is a new option from the 18th century. And that church that we just left, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, is from the 4th century. It's a huge difference. I'm not going to argue who is the best place. Usually what I'm doing, I'm asking you to visit those two places and then to decide by yourself. Then we are leaving the church through the west gate. This is St. Helen Church, St. Helen Street. And next to the church, there is a mosque. Mosque of Omar. Sadly, only Muslims can enter there. I've never been there. But the signs here say, Jesus said, I'm indeed a slave of Allah. Allah is my Lord and your Lord, my worship. So worship Him alone. But this is from the Quran. Quran 3:51. That tells you that Jesus is very important for the Muslims, like like most of the prophets, except of Allah, which were Jews and converted in a way into Islam. Then why they did it in English there? Because so many of my pilgrims, Christian pilgrims, are entering the church through it. The good thing is that Jesus is very important for the Muslims, but Jesus wasn't Son of God. Jesus wasn't God for the Muslims. He was a prophet. Beautiful two posters of Mary. The first one, she's still smiling because she is. It's before the presentation in the temple. It's just when Jesus was born, and 40 days later, when Saint Simon told Mary in the temple that her son will die in front of her eyes, and from that moment, she never smiled. Now let's continue with you, Johan, and with everyone watching that video and who wants to know a little bit more of it. We are in the Christian quarter. There are 4 different quarters here. Then there's the Muslim one, which is the biggest one, the Christian one, the second, and the third one, and the fourth one are the Armenian and the Jewish one. Inside the Christian Quarter, there are so many different neighborhoods for different denominations. For example, soon you will see the Greek Orthodox neighborhood, and then if you continue straight and then to the left, you will reach the Catholic one. And because I know that you are Catholic, you mention it, I will choose the Catholic one, but not before. I will show you another option to leave the city from here. If you will turn left, right here, and continue all the way straight, and then there's only option to the left and to the right. You will choose to go to the right. You will actually reach the new gate, and this is the Patriarch, the Greek Orthodox Patriarch Street and neighborhood. Very good, man. Thank you very much. And we will continue to the Catholic neighborhood. But here, in front of it, you see another entrance of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. This is the upper part of it. I mean, if you will excavate, you will find more of it. But it's been sealed by the Muslims after they defeated the Crusaders, and from that moment, it's not open. A lot of souvenir shops, and it's good to see them open. I mean, if you watch the videos that I took at COVID time, you could see that it was almost not an option. I mean, everything was closed. The shops were supposed to be closed. There were no tourists in there. There was no reason to open it. Now, when you reach St. Franciscus Street, you can turn right to the Muslim Quarter. But if you want to reach the new gate, you have to turn left. Oh, let's wait for those to drive first. Then we are climbing up at St. Franciscus Street. And if you want to see the map, at the end of the tour I will show you a map, but use Google Maps. I gave you the names of it, and you can actually see it's very easy to understand it. Although I think that it's easier to understand what I'm doing. So what they say, John the Baptist, Johan, we are following Johan Tio, Netherlands. I don't know a lot of Johan. It's not the first time that I'm doing it, but he became a friend of mine because he exists. He's part of my family, and you can be part of the family if you will subscribe my channel, my YouTube channel. It's beautiful to see that street, mainly because it's usually empty. The tourists are arriving or from Jaffa Gate or from Damascus Gate. But the new gate is only, it's more like a local gate. The first person that you will see soon is a Hasidic Jew who's heading to, I believe, to the Jewish Quarter, or to the Western Wall, the Wailing Wall. If you hear me breathing heavily, it's because it's the beginning of my, as I believe, my asthma attacked. Once a few years it's happening, I got used to it. Then we are at the Latin Catholic neighborhood, and although it's part of it, this is totally Greek Orthodox building. Look at that. Look at that. It looks so dangerous, isn't it? Oh, look at the man and the dog. How beautiful it is. Snow! I wish that it will be already. It's so hot now. And this is a very good, cool day. You can see the Jerusalem cross. Ta-da-da! Jerusalem cross is a symbol of Jerusalem. The big cross is Jerusalem, and out of 4, whatever you want, 4 gospels, 5 stigmatas, earth, wind, fire. But the idea is that Jerusalem is in the center. Then Johan, we are with you. Franciscan monk, or brother, he called himself, heading to the Custodia, and you will see it soon. And this is, I think, the only city in Israel that you can see Christmas tree 24 hours a day, all year, not only the Christmas time. Then, let's continue up. And Jan, I know that Mary is very important for you. Then guess what? Here it is. And this is the Custodia Terra Santa. They actually are keeping the holy sites for the Catholic in Israel and Palestine. Beautiful churches above. Oh, a new shop. That shop I don't know yet. I will enter it next time. It looks like it belongs to the Patriarch. And we are leaving St. Francis Street. And entering to the Brother Street. Let me show you the name of it. Here it is. First Road. Brothers in English. The Franciscan Brothers. And yes, it's a lot of climbing, but if you want to reach the church from the new gate, it will be easier for you all the way down. Then you will continue straight up until you will reach the New Gate Street. Oh, it's so breezy. It's so nice. Oops. There are a few good places to eat here, and at night time it's even more beautiful. Yerevan Armenian restaurant, not bad at all. If you will continue straight ahead, you will reach the Latin Patriarch and Santa House. Yay! But we are heading to the New Gate. Through the New Gate Street. Oh, Bab el Jadid, which is in Arabic, the New Gate. And if we talked about good places, Armenian shop, and you can actually enjoy your own ceramic with them. It's such a beautiful place. And the owner of the shop is now smoking a cigarette. And if you want an amazing cakes and coffee, this is the place, the pastry of Abu Sir. And as you see at nighttime, there's a wine shop that you can try it and eat some cheese. To the left, it's a school, elementary school, a Catholic school from 1876. And all over here, you can find more and more places that you can sit and enjoy food. But that is too early for that. Oh, let me try to show you what we did. All right. We started from the Church of the Holy Sepulchre area. And that's what we did. This is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. We went through St. Helens Street to the Christian Quarter Street. The first one is the Greek Orthodox Patriarch, but we continue all the way straight and then to St. Francis and to the West Ferris Street and UK. And here it is. This is already outside the city. Show you everything here. Oh, nice. Christian Quarter, Armenian Quarter, the Jewish Quarter, and the Muslim Quarter. And this is the Temple Mount, Haram al-Sharif. Today, Al-Aqsa Mosque, the Dome of the Rock. It used to be this the site of the Jewish temple. And you can understand, you can see that someone tried to hide it from you. And he just left a Muslim sign of it. That will be, I mean, I did so many videos of Haram al-Sharif, that's on Temple Mount. But that's not for that tour. You can see the new gate. Let's talk a little bit about it. At the 18th century, actually the 19th century, Jews, Christians, when started to go out, even Muslims actually, started to go out of the city. It was too crowded, very expensive, not easy to deal with, and they built themselves quarters outside the city, and behind the wall is another quarter. It's the Christian quarter outside the wall. But to enter the Church of the Holy Sepulchre and other places, they had to make a round tour, which is a long tour. And they asked the Ottomans to open themselves a gate, and they did it. And that gate is not so... It's different than any other gate. You can see that you can enter straight in. It's very small. And if you've been at Jaffa Gate or Damascus Gate, you could see the difference. Usually when you're building walls and gates, it's against enemies, but here it's against no one. And this is good. Then we're going out of the gate, and that was the border from 1948 until 1967 between the Jordanians that occupied future Palestine and the old city that was supposed to be owned by the United Nations, and Israel that was outside there. Then this is the new gate. It's from 1869, if I'm not wrong. Then this is it. What you can see from here: Mount Capels and a little bit of Mounts of Olives. The Notre Dame de Sion with an amazing restaurant at the fourth station, and this is a beautiful place. And let me show you it, because they're now celebrating. Wow, what a nice breeze! 170 years of beautiful institute. It is still in hospice by the Catholic French nuns. but they are serving Christian, Jews and Muslims with the same love. Of course, they're not trying to convert anyone. And look at the light rail. And let me tell you another story that happened here. Before I will take the light rail through the central bus station and then back to my house in Tel Aviv. You can see here the northern part of the wall. From one of those windows, a woman, a Jewish woman, one of the hospice patients, she looked outside to see the city because that was Israel and she couldn't visit the city from the Jordanian time. You can see the, I don't know if you can see the holes marks of the shooting. And a thief fell into the ground, but that place was owned by United Nations, no man's land. Then they had to ask from the Israeli soldiers, Jordanian soldiers and UN soldiers to reach here to find a thief. And they found it. Nice, isn't it? You can see a little bit of the moat from the Crusade time. Such a beautiful place. Oh, look at the soldiers, what the soldiers are doing here. To the doom, look how many Israeli soldiers. Another word for it, children. The boys are serving from 18 to 21 and they are on the way to visit the city. And those are soldiers who are taking care that nothing bad will happen in the city. If you will reach Jaffa Road, you will reach the center of the Jewish part of Jerusalem outside the walls. A lot of good places to eat there, a lot of shops, beautiful place. And I'm going to do that, but I'm going to take the light rail straight to Tel Aviv. Then I hope that you will subscribe my channel, and if you want to have your own cross, just tell me, send me a message, or look at the description. You will find all the information, and of course I will send it to Johan. Then see you. Actually, I lost that light rail. Hello, light rail. Hello, light rail. I lost you. Never mind, I will check the other one. I'm not in a rush. Thank you very much. Bye bye.